Happy Wealthology 101 Sunday. Excited to be here today. Had an absolutely awesome Sunday. Got up, went to church this morning, had an absolutely awesome service this morning in church. Cool to be blessed there. And oh, by the way, speaking of church, if you're sort of looking for a church home, you'd like to join us either virtually and or in person here in St. Louis, just reach out to me and get you the address for either the virtual Sunday. We have Sunday Bible study 9:30 a.m., church service at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And then Wednesdays, we have Bible study at 6:30 p.m. So if there's something that you would like to check into, maybe either virtually and or live. We have everything's live and or virtual. So if you'd like to do either one of those, just reach out to me. I'll get you the address and the details for that. So just wanted to share that with you really quick. We're going to jump in. We're going to talk about the Bible wealth. We're on this. I use the Bible app, which you can do, and I'll share that with you here in just a minute. We'll jump into that. So if you don't know me, my name's Forrest Knight, social media marketing strategist and coach. I love helping people make money online and succeed, change their mindset, do all that kind of fun stuff. So if you're here, if you're over on YouTube, love, like, and share, and any other channels do the same thing. Hopefully can provide some value. At any time you have any questions about anything I share, feel free to shoot me a message, text message. My number should be floating right across the bottom of the screen there. Feel free to do that for sure. So excited here. I've got myself what I call a cinnamon roll. It's a coffee. I put a little bit of coffee in there, and I put some caramel and some chocolate and some cinnamon, mix it all up with some creamer, and I call this my official cinnamon roll. Yes, I'm drinking coffee late at night. I always do. It helps me sleep better. Yeah, you just when you roll like I do, sometimes it helps. So excited. Who's excited for the Christmas season? Like, what's your favorite thing to do for Christmas? Yeah, I'm going to jump into this. Don't want to keep you long. Two things. One, if you know me, I like to trade. I'm going to share a really cool trading copycat system with you. If you've been struggling with trading, you've been thinking about trading, don't have time to trade, I want to share this with you. And it's very cool. I'm going to share it with you. You can take a look at it, see if it's something you want to jump into. I'm going to explain it to you. Hopefully it'll make a lot of sense. And then I've also got a second system where if you don't want to use this one, you just totally hands off, don't want to do anything other than open an account, put your money in, and get paid every single week. We can talk about that as well. The ROI there is absolutely awesome. It's a cool way to basically double your money every 6 months, completely hands off. The system I'm going to show you tonight is just very cool. You're going to check that out, and then we'll jump into money and wealth. I like talking about this because so many people struggle with money, right? They don't have the right money mindset. We don't all get there at the same time. Sometimes it takes years of just making bad decision after bad decision after bad decision till you like get it right, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with making a decision and figuring out. You just don't quit until you figure it out. That's basically me, right? That's where I've been. So let's jump in here. I'm going to show you some really cool stuff. You're going to dig this. At any time you have any questions, don't hesitate to shoot me a text, or you can just share it in the comments, and I'll definitely address it. If you don't want to share it publicly, just send me a private message. We'll do that. So these are a couple of trades from last week. Actually, I think these were like Thursday, Friday trades of last week. This is the New Zealand dollar against the Swiss franc, and this is the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. These are called Forex pairs, right? And as you can see back here, and I'll explain what you're looking at, there's a lot of stuff going on in the chart. This one got in the trade through, and this is part of the copycat system, where if you wanted to come on board and copy this trade, you can come in, show you how to get that program, that software app all set up for you. All you've got to do is set it up, put it on autopilot, and it runs. You need to know how to do this. We have the instructions. They're step by step instructions. But this one here, open the trade here, it ran up, closed the trade here, made profit on that one, ran this one at the same time. Overall, combined total, check this out. This is very cool. Combined total, and this is something that I did. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because a lot of people don't think they can do something, right? They think there's like there might be a catch. Let me stop screen sharing here for a minute. The catch here with this copycat system is that you have to be super coachable, right? You have to be able to follow the steps. Step one, follow the steps to set everything up. If you're going to take a shortcut, this ain't for you, right? But if you're coachable, you can follow the steps. Then I'll get you plugged into my private trading group where you can come in and hang out there, and I'll drop a few coaching nuggets in there to make sure you're on track. if you do this, right, if you can sit on your hands and be patient and follow this system, right, you can have a lot of money or a little bit of money. Most people start with a little bit just to feel comfortable with it. Then once you get going, like, ooh, I think I'm going to put some more money into it. Ooh, I think I'm going to put some more money in. But these are actual traders that you can go in and you can physically copy their trades. Like they trade, you copy, right? And it's all done sort of on autopilot. So you don't really have to do much other than show up and open up an account. And again, follow the steps and be patient. Follow the steps and be patient. So if you're one of those kind of people that just want to go do something without following steps, like you want to bake a cake, but you don't want to follow the recipe and it comes out horrible, then you complain and moan because it didn't come out the way that Forrest said it was going to come out because you didn't follow the recipe. That's on you, right? So again, I'm going to share this with you really quick. Let me jump back over here. I just wanted to say that because some people hear stuff, but they don't really hear it, or they want to take a shortcut. They don't want to be patient. Cool thing about it is if you decide to come on board, there is a monthly fee for a monthly charge for the copycat system. However, first 30 days, you get 80% off. So it's stupid, ridiculously affordable to jump in and do this. So check this out. So this is the New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. This is Australian dollar, Canadian dollar set up on the copycat system. Again, you don't have to do any of this stuff. See all this stuff here? You don't have to learn any of this stuff. You don't have to do this, right? This has nothing to do with the copycat system. I'm just showing it to you because I know how to trade and I know how to open a trade, set a trade, make money on a trade. I know how to do all that stuff. You don't want to learn how to do all that stuff. You can actually, as a beginner with zero experience, do this without doing this, right? You just have to go in and follow the steps, set everything up on autopilot, and it works, right? If you get stuck, you can call me. I can walk you through the process. I'm going to tell you go watch a video, probably tell you go watch a video, get set up, and it's very, very cool. So, and if you have a little bit of experience, this will work for you. If you have a lot of bit of experience, it may seem upside down and backwards to you, but it works, right? And it took me a little bit of time for me to just be totally sold on this. I had to practice with it, play with it, play with it. So just this month, I went in and I opened up a brand new account on December 1st because I wanted to show you week by week, day by day through the entire month. Open it up with $504.20. Just don't worry about the 20 cents. It's just where it's at. The very first 2 days of the month, my goal I set up for my ROI was 3% daily, right? Earn 3% a day. And we're going to come and play with those numbers. My goal, all I had to do was earn $15.13 was the goal. You can see I actually earned $59. So I beat that by 10.52. The next day I came in, my goal was $16.90. I did 47. This is all on autopilot. I set it up, didn't do anything. Set it up, let it run on autopilot. Next day came in, $16.90. So basically increased my account from $504 to $110. Basically, I made $104 in 2 days doing nothing, right? Literally, when I say nothing, it's nothing. But the force is not a lot of money. But hold on, wait, there's more. So I just came in yesterday and I just transferred some money in. I wanted to grow my account because I want to leverage more leverage in here and increase my lot size. You'll learn all about this stuff here. And again, my goal in doing this is to be somewhere in the $2 million range next year at this time. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to show you exactly everything that's going on week by week. Might do some daily updates over my Instagram channel, which is my name over on Instagram. Just search me on Instagram. You'll find me. You'll see my faces up there somewhere. Search me. You'll find me. And I'll be posting some updates over there. I'll probably do this once a week when I come in and do some updates here. But I want you to see this, right? This is once you learn how to trade, you can basically make unlimited money. Every Monday, and I know I'm talking about a lot going on. Every Monday through Friday, I trade live in our private group that if you decide you want to do this, you'll get added to that group and you can come in and trade live with me as well in there and just talk about that stuff. So got a lot going on. If you want to make some money trading, shoot me a text message. We'll talk about this. I know I'm covering a lot. So check this out, right? So this is 3% daily, right? Also got a system in place that if you're not wanting to do any of this kind of stuff, you're completely hands off. You just want to open an account, stick some money in there and let it run. It averages about 3% a week. Absolutely cool system. Again, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. I'm not a financial advisor. Just sharing some educational information with you. Just want to leave that in there so I don't get in trouble and people do some weird stuff on social media. Forrest said, no, I say don't invest money you can't risk to light on fire and walk away from. It's not going to ruin your life. That's my investment advice if you want to take it that way, right? So 3% daily, right? We're going to come over here right now. The account is at $305.68. We'll just round it up to $305. We're going to do this. No, I don't want to do a promotion. Okay. This site right here is called thecalculatorsite.com. The reason I'm showing this to you is because we're going to be talking about money, and you've got to have a system to make money if we're going to talk about it, right? So 3% daily, and we're going to say, let's go put 24 months in here, because when I do 24 months, the numbers is so big, it freaks me out a little bit. It's just crazy. I'm not going to add any additional deposits. I'm going to redeposit my money, so it's just all going to be on autopilot. We're only trading 5 days a week. Basically, the market opens on Sunday at 4 p.m. Central and closes on Friday at 4 p.m. Central. That's the Forex market. The crypto market trades 7 days a week. We're just trading Forex here, right? So we're all set up. We're not going to add any additional money unless you want to do something like I did to leverage more money. You can. Totally up to you. Where you start, your initial deposit's completely up to you. Don't do this if you can't afford it to light it on fire. I'm just trying to make a point here, right? So you do this. This number's big. Yeah. That's $6,752,724,513. Every time I see that money, it just, you know what? That's too big. That's too big. Let's just go back and do 12 months, right? Because that number's too big. There we go. $2,925,000. And it sounds crazy. And people say, we got a vibration of money set. A lot of times when you throw out numbers like that, it totally freaks people out. They can't believe it. $2 million, probably still can't believe that either. But again, here on a weekly basis, right, you can see this is the power of compounding. This is the power of this on being on autopilot. The only thing that I need to adjust, I can put more money in as I go to leverage this, right? I can maybe start out with 500 and add maybe next month another 500. The only thing I ever really have to change is my lot size, right? That's how you create the leverage on here. The lot size is what pushes things to make it change, right? The lot size is something, and we can talk about this inside the group on how to leverage that. I actually just moved my lot size from a 0.08 because of the $500. I moved it to a 0.20 to leverage myself on the growth. So when I do a trade like this, when they do issue a trade like this on autopilot, I'm going to make more money in the same exact trade because I've increased my lot size, right? So that's how that works. That's how you leverage compounding. And as you can see this, not a lot, week to week, 200, 240, 279, 323, 375, 435, 504, 584, 678, 786, 911, 1,056, 1224, 1419. As you can see, it's growing up week by week by week by week by week. And this is nothing you have to do. Wait a minute. July, let's see. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. 7 months from now, that's at $20,000 I've earned. And guess what? I can go in and pull that money out anytime I want to. Wait a minute. That's not right. That's how much I have to earn, but this is how much I have earned in April, right? This is July. It's crazy, right? $109,000 in July. We're getting up here to this time next year, $2,925,000. I'll take that. All in autopilot. Sure. Again, so I wanted to share that with you. Jump in. If that's something you'd like to learn more about, the copycat trading opportunity, shoot me a text message. It's not a business opportunity. There's nobody to recruit. You just have to get with me. I'll get you set up in the system. We'll show you how to install everything, get everything set up, walk you through the steps, get your account set up, get your broker set up. It's all your money. You open up an account with a broker. We put it on autopilot. The smart kids do all the trading. You get the money put into your account. It doesn't go to them. It goes to you. It's very, very cool. Copycat, right? It's just like you literally copy. When I say copy off the smart kids, they put the answer on the board. You write it on your test. You get an A. They get an A. Win-win, right? So I'm done. I'm done pitching that. If you want to learn more, shoot me a text message. We'll talk. Yeah, I'm. Hey, knowledge is everything, right? If you don't ask, you just don't know, right? So let's jump back in here. All right. So let's talk about Wealthology 101. Hopefully you can see this. I'm going to look over here because I can't. Let me try this. Do Control Plus. See if we can blow that up a little bit. There we go. Maybe I can see this. So in the Bible app, you can go in, and I created a search just for wealth, and this is called the Money and Wealth deal, which is really neat. So devotional, can't see that. So I'm just going to look over here and read. God is the creator of the universe, and with everything ultimately belongs to him. He rules the earth. Truth is expressed in Chronicles. This truth is expressed in 1 Chronicles 29 and 12. Both riches and honor come from you, and you rule over all. In your hand are power and might, and in your hand is to make great and give strength to all. We have the responsibility to provide for ourselves. Again, our responsibility to provide for ourselves. It's our responsibility, right? To provide for ourselves and our relatives if we can by doing our daily work. What is your daily work? That's up to you. We should not sit back and wait till God makes us rich. God is not a magic genie that you're not going to rub 3 times on the Bible and get a wish. That's not how it works, right? Unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it in labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchman stays awake in vain. We are Psalms 127:1. We are dependent on God's blessing, and if we have received wealth and possessions, we are encouraged to enjoy them with thankful heart, being aware that our wealth is a gift from God, protects us against pride and arrogance, right? And that's a whole nother, when you have the right vibration, when you have the right mindset around money, right? Money just shows up out of nowhere, right? We just had a testament of that this last week at church, just out of nowhere. Boom, money just showed up. Boom, just like that. Absolutely phenomenal, right? It just shows up. You happen to meet the right person. They share something on social media. You go investigate it, or you know them and you trust them. They open up. You help them open up an account, and next thing you know, they're in a position of financial independence in 18, 36, 24 months that they would have never been. Maybe you've been thinking about wanting to learn how to trade, but you're too scary, right? You haven't really got into it. That was me, right? I was like, oh man. Sometimes you just have to meet the right person. You understand and trust them that they're going to not lead you astray, right? That all comes here. And sometimes it's you pray about it, right? And then you've got to be quiet and listen for the answer, right? If you're going to pray about something, listen for the answer, because if you truly believe with faith in your heart, it will be answered immediately, right? And in God's time. I'll say immediately and in God's time. And a lot of times, God's just waiting for you to take the action, right? God's just waiting for you to take the action to make that happen. So, can you list 3 things God has given you, right? Feel free to comment if you're watching this live. Feel free to comment. What are 3 things, list 3 things that God has given you. One, for me, it's grace. God has given me grace. When you hear me talk, a lot of times I talk about used to be a pirate, man. I'm blessed to be alive. I did a lot of crazy stuff when I was out running the streets. It just was not a fun place. When I say I was a pirate, just imagine what pirates do. Was a sailor, throwing a pirate. That was me, right? And one, that was the grace of God. That He's given me is the opportunity to be free and live and have an opportunity to die in peace and have a happy life and share stuff with people. The second gift that God has given me is my awesome wife. That's a gift that she's an absolute blessing to have, my wife. And the third gift, and there's no real necessary order in this. I know the number one gift is God dying for me. And the third gift is my children. I am blessed to just have some awesome, awesome children, both children, stepson, and actual children, right? And they're all just an absolute blessing. And I'll throw a fourth one in there as my granddaughter. She's just freaking spectacular. So blessings there. That's for me. What has God given you, right? Maybe a new life, maybe a new lease on life, whatever it is. You don't have to share those here if you don't want to, but just think about that. Ecclesiastics 5:18 and 20. This is in the King James Version. Behold that which I have seen. It is good and commonly for one to eat and to drink and to enjoy the good of all his labor that he taketh under the sun all of his days of his life, which God giveth him, for it is his portion. Every man also to whom God hath given riches and wealth, and hath given him power to eat thereof, and to take his portion and rejoice in his labor. This is the gift of God. For he shall not remember these days of his life, because God answers him in the joy of the heart. So what does that mean? Does it mean that we just go hoard all of our stuff for us and make us happy? No, we go out and we work very hard. We share our bounty, if you want to call it that. If we have an opportunity to, one of the things that we do, a part of Rank Makers, is we do Wealth Wednesday, and we will go around, and just depends on where you're at. Maybe you're at the store, take a $5 bill and you stick it in the top of a can of Infamil, or you're at the gas pump and you fold up a $5 bill or some $5.20, whatever you want to. It's your choice. There's no right or wrong answer. You stick a little bit of money somewhere so that somebody can anonymously do for it, or maybe you pay for the people in the drive-through behind you, or you go into Starbucks and you pay for the next 5 people in line. Whatever it is, right? It's Wealth Wednesday. You're passing it on to someone else. And because of that, because of the laws of the universe that God put in place, because you're doing it out of a heart of giving, because of what you've done and you worked for, it all comes back to you, right? It's a very, very cool law that God has put into place to work. So basically work hard and rejoice in it and be thankful for it, right? Be thankful for every single thing that you have. If you've never been to a third world country and you live in the United States of America, don't complain about anything, right? Even homeless people here have it better than people. And I'm not condoning homeless, and please don't go there. Is being homeless in America is probably one of the best countries to be homeless in anywhere, because trust me, I've been in third world countries and it's just better here. I'm going to say that. I'm going to leave it right there. So thank God for United States of America. Even with all the crazy stuff going on, it's still the best country in the world, in my opinion. And then, of course, Psalms 127, a song of decrees for Solomon. Except the Lord build the house, that thy labor in vain that built it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain. It is in vain for you to rise up early, to sit up late, to eat the bread of sorrows. For so he giveth his beloved sheep. Lo, children are in heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. As arrows are the hand of the mighty man, so are the children of the youth. Happy is the man that hath his quiver full of them. This, we'll come back and talk about this. This shall not be ashamed, but they shall speak with the enemies at the gate. So arrows at the hand of a mighty, so are children of the youth. If you look at this, basically they're saying that a man who has a large family is blessed. Right? What are your quivers, right? What are the quivers that you have for your arrows? What are the things, what are your talents? What are the things that you have that you can help someone else, right? Maybe it is your children, right? Maybe you are blessed to have an awesome, awesome family, an awesome tribe that you've raised up that can go out and conquer and impact, or I should say conquer, that can make a great impact to the world. Maybe your quiver is educating. Maybe your quiver is DIY. Maybe your quiver is love. What is it that you have that you work for every single day that you can share with somebody else? So I'm going to leave that right there. Next week, we'll jump right in. And again, if you want to jump in and you want to do this Bible plan with me, just go to Bible.com, type in money and wealth. It'll bring you right to this plan. And it basically starts you from day one, from whatever day you're at, and it runs you up through the days. Feel free to jump in and enjoy it with me. I challenge you to do this, right? And this is something that I share with all my coaching clients. And this is something that's for you, right? And you'll hear me say this a lot. What do you want, right? And I'm saying draw a line in the sand. I'm not saying what you want for everybody else, not what you want for your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your spouse. But what do you want for you? How do you want to feel, right? What kind of impact do you maybe want to make on the planet, right? What do you want for you, right? And why do you want it, right? For example, I have a client up in Canada. He wants to have a lot of money. There's nothing wrong with that. And the reason he wants to have a lot of money is because he wants to be able to take care of his family in the Philippines who are very, very poor. I'm like, that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome, right? He wants to be able to stack up his quiver, right? His deal, his bucket. And what he's going to do, he's going to use his financial services business to go out and make a lot of money. He's going to help a lot of other people create wealth plans, right? He's creating wealth plans. So while he's helping somebody else, he's creating an income for himself. That's what he wants, is a lot of money so that he can go back to the Philippines and help his family. And the impact that he's going to help on his family, that should hopefully, if they understand the law of the universe, when he helps them, they'll be able to help somebody else, right? And it just goes on and on and on and on and on. So what is it that you really want for yourself, right? What did you want? Maybe you have an immediate goal. You just want to pay off your debt. You just want to get out of debt. Maybe it's a short-term goal. Maybe you have a long-term. What do you want? Why do you want to pay off your debt? Just to have some peace, right? Just to have some peace, right? So you can have some money maybe to go do some fun stuff. What are you going to use? What are you going to leverage to get that done? Maybe you're going to learn how to trade. Maybe you're going to start a business, right? Maybe you got to get a second job, right? Maybe you've got a bunch of antique stuff you have to sell. What is it you're going to leverage to get the money to pay off that debt, right? So I challenge you, just think about it. What do you truly want in your heart for you, right? Be selfish a little bit about it. You know, pray to God and say, God, I pray that your will be done in my life, right? Pray, God, I will that your will, show me your will. And then here's the hardest part about that. Shut up and listen for the answer. I love you. I appreciate you. Have an absolutely awesome week. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators and help you make a lot of money. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.